Hello, everyone. Rabbi Moshe Rothschild from the Israel Alliance, bringing you the summary of the news from Israel, the summary of the real news from Israel for week ending April 9th, 2021. Sorry I missed the last couple weeks, but little technical issues. So let us jump right in with the summary of the real news or the most important stories from Israel for this week. I do all the hard work for you. I read the papers, I watch the news, I read the internet, and I bring to you the most important stories. It was reported that Iran is testing nuclear capable missiles. This was revealed this week by the Israeli ambassador as the world powers are stepping up efforts to return to a nuclear deal with Iran. The Islamic Republic of Iran nevertheless violates the original deal by testing nuclear capable ballistic missiles, and Israel revealed that this week. And if you're joining us here for the news, put your name down below, say hello, say shalom, let us know where you're from. Feel free to make any kind of comment. I love to read the comments. I don't always respond, but trust me, I read them all. This week, a Knesset member walked out during the Holocaust remembrance ceremony on Thursday. An Arab lawmaker who's a member of the Knesset walked out on Holocaust Israel Remembrance Day as names of victims were being read. Go figure. This week as well, Israel rejected the probe of the ICC. Of course, that's the International Criminal Court found in The Hague. They rejected the ICC probe into IDF war crimes, saying that it lacks any jurisdiction. In addition to, of course, totally rejecting the claim that Israel commits war crimes, Israel reiterated their unequivocal position that the ICC in The Hague has no authority at all to open an investigation against it here in Israel. The Israeli UN ambassador blasts President Biden's move to refund UNRWA, that's United Nations Relief and Works Agency, which is basically an anti-Semitic agency within the UN that President Trump defunded. And now, of course, President Biden wants to go and refund that. And the Israeli ambassador blasted President Biden this week for that. There was a very quote unquote positive atmosphere as Naftali Bennett, leader of the Yamina party in Israel, met with Netanyahu, the head of the Likud, as the Likud is, and Netanyahu is scrambling to try to form a coalition, to try to form a new government. And so he's got to get other people on board. And so he's working hard to get the Yamina party with Naftali Bennett on board. This past Thursday, as I mentioned, what was the Holocaust Memorial Day called Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day, which was marked by a series of events here in Israel. The Prime Minister Netanyahu and our President Reuven Rivlin both laid a wreath at Yad Vashem at a ceremony honoring the Holocaust martyrs. Yad Vashem is Israel's official Holocaust Memorial Museum. And if you're just tuning in, pop in your name on the bottom, say hello, let me hear your comments, whatever you got to say. I'd love to hear from you. So this week, as well as we alluded to before, the president nominated Prime Minister Netanyahu to form a new government, considering that he got the most seats, and the various parties recommended him to the tune of about 52 seats. He needs a few more, but he is trying hard to form a government, a coalition government. At the same time, Netanyahu returned to court this week for his corruption trial. They are in the evidence stage, and he had to be there during part of the proceedings. And finally, we'll end with this, an interesting story. I don't know if you remember, but we spoke about this months and months and months ago. that Israel named a new town on the Golan Heights after President Donald Trump called Trump Heights. This week, the first family of Trump Heights moved in. That's Daniel and Sophie Bieber, not related to the Justin Bieber. They moved in along with their baby daughter, and they are officially the first family to move in to Trump Heights here in the Golan. If you're visiting Israel and you'd like to go and see Trump Heights, let me know. I'm happy to take you there. This coming week, we are going to be marking Israel's Memorial Day, and it will be followed as well by Yom HaAtzmaut, Israel Independence Day. And those two events coincide. They're back to back, and we'll be speaking about it more in the coming week. So wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom. Have a great weekend from Israel. This is Rabbi Moshe Rothschild of the Israel Alliance wishing you Shabbat Shalom. Have a great